The allure of high-end places is alluring, but let's face it, the more costly a location is, the more you'll have to cut back on the length of your vacation and the activities you participate in to stretch your dollar. There's something to be said about visiting low-cost nations, where a full meal at a local restaurant costs the same as a movie ticket at home, or where you can stay in a great hotel for the same price as a hostel bed elsewhere. Check out our list of some of the most affordable countries in various areas across the world, as well as why you should visit them. 1. Cheapest Scandinavian country, Denmark. Scandinavian countries are known for being the most costly locations in Europe, but there are ways to do it correctly and save money if you have your heart set on visiting Northern Europe. Denmark is the cheapest of all the Scandinavian nations, yet it is still fairly costly when compared to other parts of Europe. To actually save money on this vacation, avoid the peak summer season and, most likely, spring, as the nice weather attracts a large number of travelers and raises rates. Flights and accommodations, on the other hand, are up to 40% cheaper between September and November, when the summer throngs have left but the windy winter weather hasn't yet come. Bakeries are another fantastic method to save money on food in Denmark. Instead of paying for pricey meals at your hotel or a touristic restaurant, go to a local bakery outside of the city center. Wiener bird or Danish pastries, airy, flaky pastries filled with jams or custard cream, are a terrific economical breakfast alternative. SMR rebbed, or open-faced sandwiches, are sold in most bakeries and are a popular lunch choice for residents. Open-faced sandwiches consist of a single piece of rye or pumpernickel bread with a variety of toppings. Marinated herring is a popular choice, but lighter choices include cheese, sliced cucumbers or pickled red cabbage, boiled eggs, and mayo or creamy paste. Furthermore, many of Denmark's most well-known sites are either free or inexpensive to visit. Visit Amalienborg Castle's Changing of the Guard ritual, Assisten Cemetery's Hans Christian Andersen's grave, or Rosenborg Castle's grounds. Tivoli Gardens, the world's second oldest functioning amusement park, costs a set admission price, but once inside, you'll have free access to all of the rides and entertainment venues. 2. Cheapest Eastern European country to visit, Bulgaria. Bulgaria, an unpretentious eastern country that stays mostly off the beaten path, is hard to match for low pricing in Europe. Tourists from surrounding countries flock to Bulgaria in the summer to enjoy the Black Sea at bargain prices, but the nation remains quiet the rest of the year. That means no large crowds, no noise, and no exorbitant expenses for lodging, food, and attraction admission. In truth, the most attractive places in Bulgaria are free to visit. Sofia, the country's capital, is an old city with Turk and Byzantine influences, but the country's true attractiveness can only be appreciated after you venture out into the countryside. Ancient tiny settlements coexist with majestic castles perched above mountains. An all-day ski lift ticket in Bulgaria costs a fraction of what it would cost elsewhere in Europe, and hiking routes will take you up slopes as high as the Alps for free. Skip the summer months to save even more money, when the beaches are packed and hotels hike their prices to capitalize on the brief tourist season. Instead, late spring and early fall are ideal seasons to come, especially if you plan to spend time outside. The weather is pleasant, the tourists have left, or have yet to arrive, and rates are more than reasonable. If you prefer the winter, Bansko or Razlog are two excellent ski resort places where you can enjoy the snow on a shoestring price. 3. Cheapest Southeast Asian country to visit, Cambodia. Cambodia is most recognized for housing Angkor Wat, the world's biggest religious monument. Even this world-famous destination is incredibly inexpensive to visit. Simply take a tuk-tuk, open motorcycle taxi, to your destination, purchase a temple ticket at the first temple's entrance, and explore to your heart's content for pennies. When you're ready to move on, your tuk-tuk driver will take you to the next temple and wait for you. In NYC, hiring a tuk-tuk for the day will cost you the same as a 15-minute cab journey. Cambodia, however, has much more to offer than beautiful historic temples. Phnom Penh, the capital, is full of gorgeous French colonial architecture, inexpensive French bakeries, ideal for picking up breakfast or snacks on the move, and several free-to-visit temples. A dinner at a great restaurant in Cambodia may be had for the price of a Starbucks coffee, and a contemporary, comfortable room at a great hotel in Cambodia will likely be less expensive than a shared hostel room in Europe. However, don't try to save money by drinking tap water in Cambodia, it's a no-no. Arrive outside of the chilly dry season, which runs from November to February, for even more discounts. This is peak tourist season, and these are the months when costs rise and crowds increase. At any other time, you'll discover unbelievable bargains everywhere. 4. Cheapest country in Asia, Nepal. Unless you're planning a full-fledged guided journey up Mount Everest, which isn't inexpensive, Nepal is extremely affordable. Even better, you can still do a lot of hiking and even climbing for very little money. Even lengthy treks, such as an 11-day hike in Langtang Valley, will set you back only a few $100s, less than a fraction of the cost of a journey to Everest Base Camp. In the low season, Nepal is difficult to visit since the months of mid-June to mid-September bring heavy rains, probable flooding, and occasionally deadly landslides that block paths and make climbing impossible. Furthermore, the weather is damp and overcast throughout these months, resulting in low visibility and no views of the mountains. If you're not interested in climbing, the winter season, which runs from mid-December to mid-February, is a great time to come, with temperatures in the city averaging around 10 degrees Celsius. Winter trekking can be challenging due to unforeseen winter storms and snowfall. The ideal months to visit are March to May and September to November, when you'll enjoy some of the nicest weather and still find bargains. Locally priced guided treks do exist, but double-check that they provide safe excursions. You'll save money if you join up for a hike when you arrive rather than reserving ahead of time. You can always explore on your own and save even more money if you're not going anyplace too technical. 5. Cheapest Northern African country to visit, Morocco. Morocco is one of those places where, depending on your choices, you might spend a lot of money or spend very little. Visiting Morocco's famed Marrakesh market, for example, may be expensive, especially if you're looking for handmade carpets or painted glass. But if you learn to negotiate like your life depends on it, you'll be able to find some bargains. Intercity first-class train journeys in Morocco are around the same price as a metro ride in the United States. Nothing beats local delicacies for an inexpensive meal, such as kaablghzal, a crescent-shaped cookie loaded with almond paste, excellent as a fast snack, tagine, a slow-cooked Moroccan stew, or couscous in a variety of forms. Sitting down at a restaurant in Morocco is sometimes more expensive, but eating street food or purchasing anything from a local tea or coffee shop can provide you with a flavor of the genuine Morocco while also saving you money. You'll also discover lower-cost lodgings if you skip peak season, November to March. And you may wander for free through locations like the white and blue Udayas Kasbah area in Rabat or the sandy paths in the Rif Mountains. If you liked this video, click like. It is if you subscribe to our channel to find out about all our contents.